Showtime. Hey everybody, it's the T-Rock100 and welcome back to more of Pokémon Sword. Last time, we began our adventure here in Great Britain, the Galar region, and we have gotten ourselves our very first partner, which is my little trusty Wukong the Grookey. So anyway, this time, we're going to do a little bit of some exploring around Route 1 before we begin making our way north. Alright, so, what better way to get some things ready to go by talking about the new Pokemon that you can find out here, starting out here on Route 1. So, before we go any further, we have technically four different kind of encounters that is now introduced to us. There's the standard random encounters, goes without saying, Pokemon who will just appear out of nowhere and will attack you like nuts. We have visible encounters, and these are types of Pokemon that will be shown to you, like I'm doing with this Pokemon from right there, because we saw it as walking around the grassy area. We have one that's called Curry Encounters. We won't be able to do that for a little while now, but there's a special Pokemon that you can encounter that can be done through Curry Encounters, but we're actually going to be saving for those for a little while later. And the last one, probably the rarer one, is called Wanderers. These are Pokemon that can be spawned at a certain location, depending on the progress of your story. We're not going to be able to see them all right off the bat, but I will definitely be talking about those from when we do get to them. From the orders that we're going to be doing this, I am going to be going for the visible encounters, the random encounters, Wanderer encounters, and the Curry encounters. I will say this, the Curry encounters are the same as some of the other ones, but there is going to be a rare exception for one, maybe two of them in the future, but you won't be seeing them for some time. So, let's get started with the visible encounters. Starting things off, we have Squirrelbit. Squirrel Pokemon that's meant to be the Rattata this generation? If you say so. So, true to its appearance, it's a squirrel, but it definitely has some good use out of it from many perspectives that you'll be seeing. This game is rich with tons of normal types to deal with, and some of these are actually pretty good to go for. Something that I do want to talk about, what's really nice about Squirrelbit, as well as its evolution, which you won't be seeing for a while, it has a signature ability known as Stuffed Cheeks. Oh. This raises the stats it raises your defense stat by 2 stages, in addition of eating your berry. Honestly, it's not bad. But I personally don't ever really use berries on my Pokemon unless if I feel like I really need to. But like with many normal types, it knows some good variety of moves to go for, but I only recommend if you want to use this Pokemon as a good user for a scapegoat, or if you just really want to have it. Next up is Rookidee, our Berry Burst and non-legendary pure flying type. Awkward timing you got here, buddy. Rookidee is not really that much of a clone of Pidgey, Spearow, or anything in that matter. In fact, I actually kind of see it as its own original Pokemon. Its abilities are no slouch, but if you can get one with big pecs for the ability, its final evolution will come armed with a very nice signature ability, which we'll be getting into later. And remember what I said in the last episode, to get used to hearing the move's signature abilities or signature moves? Yeah. You're going to be hearing that a lot. And I'm only going to be scratching the surface on that one. But Rookidee, if I'm going to be honest, is a very good early addition and flying type Pokemon that you can have for your team. The only real negative that I have to say with it is that because it's not a part normal type, it will never get the same type attack bonus from normal type moves, which I personally think it's a shame. But what is it with some of these Pokemon that are so good, but it kind of falls behind with some things and that it could have been, but it just sucks in on itself. But the only real upside to it is that it will eventually become a part steel type. I think you might be seeing where I'm going with that on that one from there. Nickit. Ugh. For someone who really loves the dark types, this one found a way to pretty much make me feel very uneasy to the point of queasy. So, Nickit. It's meant to be a nice special sweeper. So, yeah, I'm probably thinking, why am I sounding so bad to it right from the get-go? And I'm sure it has some pretty nice special offense moves. Only one special dark type move can be learned through level up. Snarl. Yeah, Snarl. And the only other moves that it could learn through TM is Dark Pulse, which you won't be getting for quite a while. So, if you want to have a good dark type, look elsewhere. Because quite honestly, we're off to a bad start with some of these other Pokemon, and this one is unfortunately one of them. I guess if you really want to go for one, I guess Unburden's going to be the one that I would probably recommend that you go for, but yeah, you're just going to be relying mainly on Snarl for when you get it eventually in just a handful of levels. I wanted this Pokemon to be good, but its stats are just flipped. Ugh. Let's switch things over into something that's actually good. Wooloo. Tried and true, this is a very good Pokemon that I recommend from the beginning. Just, I guess Fluffy's okay, but the problem is it becomes more vulnerable to fire types. All it really does is that it cuts in the physical offensive damage upon you in half. But with all of that, definitely it comes in with being suitable to flames. That's gonna make it look bald. If there's one thing that I have to complain about, it's the fact that this Pokemon cannot learn rollout, even though we saw that thing roll. Why? This would have been a solid choice to go for early in the game. Maybe another time, another place, I'll probably talk about some good things, but I will say this, its final evolution, which we'll be seeing later, dang, it's a good choice to go for. I actually considered using Wooloo on my team, but I ultimately decided against it because I've never really been a big fan of normal types. But maybe you have, and you found some good use out of it. Just be careful whenever going up against any fire type Pokemon if you have Fluffy. Switching things over to the random encounters, we have a classic! Caterpie! I'm gonna be honest, I actually kind of like Caterpie, and I kind of see it as a bit of an underrated bug-type Pokemon from the start. Hear me out. So, Caterpie. It only knows a few moves. Tackle, Leer, String Shot, and I think Struggle Bug as well. And that's it. It will eventually evolve into Metapod pretty soon, especially since that is an early bug type and it evolved pretty quickly. But what's really nice is that Butterfree, its final evolution, will eventually learn the move Gust, Psybeam, and Quiver Dance. If you manage to get Quiver Dance on a Butterfree, it is a solid choice to go for, and it is actually kind of fun. But unfortunately, that's about for where the real positives end. I feel so bad for having to give these Pokemon such bad stats or bad bios at first, but Even though that I gave some good praise on some of these Pokemon from before, Caterpie is unfortunately just really squishy and you gotta deal with some of the other issues along the way. But other than that, Caterpie's pretty good. Just make sure you have Shield Dust. Next up is Hoothoot, another Pokemon that I think kind of aged rather well. This is more leaning towards the special defensive side, which is kind of interesting. A normal flying type that remains in like that throughout its whole life, and knows a good variety of choice of psychic type moves like Confusion, Hypnosis, and eventually even Psychic. But what I don't get is what is this thing doing here with Keen Eye for the ability? Okay, Insomnia I can understand because, well, it's an owl, and they can't exactly fall asleep. But what is it doing with Keen Eyes? I always find that so weird. Keen Eyes are no slouch, so it just prevents some of the lower accuracy moves, but honestly, I just kind of find it a little weird. It evolves pretty soon at level 20, I believe it is. I haven't really paid attention to that stuff like that, but the point is, it's right here if you want it. It's more active during the nighttime, though, so whatever. Next up is one of my personal favorites, Groobin. A pure bug type that actually doesn't suck. This is one of the best early bug type that has some of the highest in offensive, special offensive stats. Base 62 and base 55. Just wow. It'll eventually become a part electric type when it evolves into Charge-a-Bug. But what's really nice is that in this particular game, and I think maybe onward, you don't need to rely on an electric or magnetic field location of sorts, because one does not exist in Galar. Instead, if you manage to find a Thunderstone, it'll evolve into its final evolution of Vigavolt. Yes, that's how it's officially pronounced. I'm sticking with Vigavolt, so you guys can shut up about it. If you manage to get this into Vigavolt, it is very, very good. And I recommend it more than you would think. Simple as that. And finally, we have a bit of a new one. Blipbug. Well, okay, this one's a little strange. A special defensive sweeper, of all things. Welcome to Galar, everyone. Tried and true, this is a Pokemon that is just complete nonsense. It eventually evolves into a nice dual wall. But I don't even remember if this one becomes a part psychic type or anything like that. But it will take a little bit of some time to fully evolve. But once it does, it'll gain Reflect, Light Screen, and I think Safeguard in the process. But other than that, if you want Blipbug, it's decent. It's here for the random encounters only, but you could do worse with this thing. I actually did consider using this Pokemon on my team, but the reason why I decided against it is because I just had a very hard time raising it on my particular team, and I think it's kind of mediocre. It's not bad, just mediocre. So there are no fishing of any kind and no curries or wanderers around here, so we're done with that for now. And now I can finally catch a breather. Got your Pokédex from Sonia? Then it's time to meet lots of different Pokemon and start building up a strong team. But battling strong Pokemon in the wild can leave your team in a bad way, not to mention what battling another trainer can do. Luckily, we got Pokemon centers. Luckily yet, they're dead easy to spot. They look the same wherever you go. Come on, Derek. Bet you've never been inside one. I think my past incarnations of main series installment games, I might have to say something about that, but not important. Level with me, Derek. Is this the first time in a Pokemon Center? Of course not. Then I don't think you need me to tell you what you already know. If you two kids all have Pokemon trainers, you might want to buy some potions before you head out. Cheers! I'm already good, though. I'm heading for Route 2. Derek, come find me. Maybe when you're done here. But since I'm the nice guy, I'll just level you guys on how it works. Your Pokemon can be healed up for free right here. Yeah, talk about some really nice Medicare insurances. Makes you guys so special. Okay. Come over here, we got the Pokemon Mart. Come on, work with me. And unfortunately, we can't buy any more balls. Great. Sure, the wild Pokemon can be scary, but once they have become your allies, there's nothing more reliable. Right here! Something that's new for us. If you want to come here, you can always write a nickname, and you can have a Pokemon remember a move or forget a move. Which, why would you want to forget a move in the first place? Because it's not really gonna matter. But what's really nice, remembering a move, you can now officially do it for free. Yeah, simple as that. I'm actually kind of curious. Okay. But we'll definitely want to check back here at a later time, because there are definitely some Pokemon moves and that you really want to check out till later on. And as for the Pokemon over there, we'll get over that later. One's birthday horoscope is spot on. Do you want to tell me your fortune too? Nah, I'm good, thank you. Get out of here. And let's see here. We have a shop right here. Of course, if you want to customize your character, this is the place where you want to go. So you have your shirt right here. You have a hoodie right here, which is always nice. You have your trousers, which, wow, some of these look loud, especially that one. You got socks. You can find a lot of things at these in particular locations, especially for those that really like to do some shopping. And also, hilariously, these shoes are weird. Okay, no jokes, and not to be mean or anything. And honestly, I am definitely going to be doing some changes on my characters on later, but yeah, we're definitely going to be checking at some of the other locations later on, though. So I think for the time being, maybe I'll get myself a pair of gloves. Ooh, those match my pants here pretty well. I will go for the simple gloves, navies. So yeah, we now have a new accessory attached to us. That's definitely something that you want to take into consideration. Oh, what do you say? I've got your fresh picked berries. What do you say? Interested in some? You know what? Sure, I'll buy some off of you. Orange berries here restore 10 HP. Cherry berries are right here restore paralysis. We'll be getting into more about that in a little bit. And Pekka berries restore poison. Always nice to have. Let's see here. What do you say? Having a meal with your Pokemon makes the food taste extra good. It's fun to do some shopping in a boutique. Even just getting a new hat can change your whole look. Yeah, I did that myself, except I did with a pair of gloves. I'm not much of a hat guy. Actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Nah, never mind. Listen, Derek, I've been thinking. If you're a Pokemon trainer now, you must want to try your hand at the gym challenge, right? Oh. What's that? The gym challenge, mate. The annual competition where trainers can battle it out for the right to challenge the champion. But the trick is in that you've got to be indoors if you want to take part. And Lee doesn't seem to think I'm up to snuff. So I'm thinking I ought to talk to the professor and see if she can help. You gotta take part too. Proper rival is just the thing every trainer needs to keep growing stronger after all. Keeps you motivated, right? The professor's house is way down the road of Route 2. So let's head there and give her teams a chance to train up a bit along the way. I have no objections. And to bring out the full strength of the Pokemon trainers must be knowledgeable. What do you say? See the house in the distance with the purple roof? That's where the Pokemon Professor lives. Yes, they do. So, welcome to Route 2. Over here, Derek. Alright, Derek. It's time we fill it in our teams a bit. And I'm here to teach you how. You need to catch Pokemon if you got any hopes of filling in that Pokedex. Lying? Where'd you come from? Only, look at you, little Derek. You're a console of your own. You won't give you those Pokeballs, did I? I'll give you some more Pokeballs in return. I'll only ask that you catch plenty of Pokemon. The Pokemon around here seem easy to catch. Almost like they're itching to join some trying in this team, wouldn't you say? The Pokemon of your team will get experience points if you catch Pokemon too. And of course, they get experience points from battle. So take on the other trainers you meet along the way on the path to help your Pokemon thrive. Your team will keep on changing and growing and you get stronger together, no doubt. But even I don't know exactly how yet. Show your champion something good, alright? Alright, I'm gonna catch loads of Pokemon. The professor will be shocked when she sees. Buddy, I've already caught some Pokemon for myself. You're a little behind on in the class. So, Route 2. We have some new Pokemon for us to find. And we're actually going to be getting into fishing. But first things first. Okay, at least it's better than Fluffy. That's funny. So we got some new Pokemon that we can find out here. So what do you say we get into them, shall we? First up, through visible encounters, we have Galarian Zigzagoon. Yep, the Rattata from Hoenn got itself an upgrade, and it deserved it. Believe it or not, it's no longer a pure normal type, but instead it is a dark normal type. Not bad to say the least. This is a Pokemon that I feel like deserves all the attention. Pickup is definitely the one that you want to go for over the others. But I guess if you want to be technical, that Quick Feet hitting ability is great, especially for double battles. The only real big thing to be careful with is, of course, its quad weakness to fighting. And of course, an additional weakness to fairy types. Plus, it even gains your resistance to psychic types, which is really nice to say the least. Unfortunately, this is about for where some of the positives end. Its stats are similar to that of its Hoenn counterpart. And it's a little bit on the, well, shall we say, shallow side. It will take a little bit of some time to fully evolve. And of course, Linoon will definitely be encountered later on. But honestly, there's a lot more to that to say here for the raccoon that knows some heavy music. Next up is Choodle. A pure water type and a nice defensive offensive Pokemon. If you say so. This is something that's a little bit interesting about other turtle Pokemon. This particular one is, of course, a pure water type. It has some good defense stats, has some nice physical offensive moves. What I personally wish that it was kind of balanced out with attack and special attack. But if you really want one, all three of its abilities are no slouch. Strong Jaws boosts the power of biting type moves, and yes, it can learn Bite and Crunch, which is always nice to have. Shell Armor prevents critical hits, and Swift Swim doubles the speed of rain. To be fair, It will take a little bit of some time for it to reach its full potential, but if you can get through all that, Judo will make a solid addition to any team. And I think it can even learn Shell Smash as well. Lowering your defense and special defense in exchange for increasing your attack, special attack, and speed? Who doesn't like that? Idiots, that's who. And finally, for the visible encounters, we have Yamper. Which, and, ouch. Tried in truth, this is a Pokemon hit that I think definitely withstood the wait. I kind of see this similar to that of a Magnemite clone, just minus the Steel type. But what's interesting is that as a Yamper, it has a signature ability of Ball Fetch. This makes it so that if you fail to catch a Pokemon the first time, it will actually hold on to the ball that you originally threw as if it was playing fetch, hence the name Ball Fetch. It will lose that ability once it fully evolves, and heck, both of its abilities will change once it's fully evolved, so keep that in mind. It is very solid. Plus, despite of what you think, Yamper's shortest stat is its speed stat, which is kind of strange for electric types, but honestly, you could do worse with this. Moving on to random encounters, we have from Shield, Lotad, and oof. Lotad, I struggled to find some good things to say. These are some of the more annoying ones to deal with. Well, okay, let's get the positives out of the way. It's a water grass type that has a good amount of resistances. Heck, it even has a quad resistance to water, which is extremely nice. But well, Swift Swim and Rain Dash are great, especially if you're using a rain team. And I consider this Pokemon to be a monster when it comes to being a rain summoner. This is sadly to the point of where the positives end. We're not going to be able to see much good use of some moves that you're going to be seeing for Lotad, because it won't learn any good water type moves for a while. I will say this. Leveling up your Pokemon in this game is pretty easy. And Lotad from Shield has actually kind of served its purpose pretty nicely. Moving on into Sword, its counterpart is Seedot. This is a Pokemon that I think withstood the test of time, and it definitely deserves some good praise. I forgot to mention this one before, but Lotad requires a Water Stone for it to reach its final evolution, whereas Seedot would need a Leaf Stone. If you are looking for a Sun Summoner, and you want one that is good right from the get-go on that one, Seedot, when it fully evolves, becomes a monster. Chlorophyll doubles its speed while in harsh sunlight, and yes, it can learn Sunny Day. Big, however, incoming. Chlorophyll may double its speed while it's in the sunlight, but it also powers up fire-type moves, and this is a Pokemon that is weak to it. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's kind of mediocre. But, and ouch! This Pokemon eventually becoming a part Dark type, with that amount of moves, abilities, and all that. Even you can't say that it has not withstood the test of time. It is that good. Next up is Purloin. If you want a better Dark type that was better than Nickit, here you go. A nice mixed sweeper, and unfortunately, kind of a bad one. Hear me out. It may start off with some pretty good moves, But unfortunately, its best move that it will learn as a dark type until later on is Pursuit. You can have this thing learn Slash, which is a very nice move to go for. And Limber just prevents him from getting paralyzed, and Unburden just boosts his speed if its held item is used up. We've seen this before. The only real negative that I have to say is that you gotta treat this Pokemon like glass. And by glass, I mean fragile glass. Because, as I say before in the past, if it's a swing and a miss, it's probably going to go down in one hit. So, have fun! It will evolve not that long, actually, and once it eventually learns some pretty good physical offensive dark type moves leveling up, which, unfortunately, it will take a while to do that. Let's face it, you're probably better off with a few things. And some... I really didn't want to give any of these dark type Pokemon some bad reviews. But unfortunately, Purloin and Nickit found a way. And it hurts me. Why don't we get into some fishing, shall we? First up, through fishing. Ooh! Arrokuda! Sorry, the reference had to be made. Okay. Arrokuda. Oh boy. This is a Pokemon that I think it's actually secretly pretty good. A physical sweeper that actually knows some good moves almost right out of the box. Aqua Jet leveling up. Flail leveling up. Plus, with that signature ability of Propeller Tail, don't lie, this is a Pokemon that I think is really secretly good, but even though that it's a hidden ability, it is unfortunately hard to get at first. But, like I said about Swipsum from before, it's no slouch. Arrokuda is a very nice Pokemon, and I actually would recommend that you catch it at a later location, because it will have some of its other better water type moves accessible. Unless if you really, really want a water type this early in the game, you're probably better off on a waiting hand for it at a little bit later. Ugh. Why is the last Pokemon that we're talking about out here have to be freaking Magikarp? Okay. Magikarp. I guess it's not all bad. Okay, it is pretty bad. Why am I saying it like that? But Splash is the first move that it learns to leveling up, and it will eventually know the move Tackle and Flail, but that's not going to be for later on, though. Honestly, what were they thinking of having a Pokemon like this? But I guess I have no excuse for saying something like that, but it will eventually evolve into one of the best water and flying types out there of Gyarados. It's a classic. We all know it, but we don't like raising it. I will say this, as I said from before, leveling up your Pokemon in this game has gotten a little bit easier. If you can get around all this, Magikarp fully evolved into Gyarados will be an atrocious hit to your opponent. See what I did there? But if you really don't care about it, then just go for something else. You're better off without a Magikarp anyway. Which you probably will anyway. I finally earned some of this rant. We're done! And trust me, there's gonna be a lot, and I mean a lot, of bios that we're gonna be seeing throughout the entirety of the Let's Play. So expect, at the very least, 5 in most episodes. And yet, oddly, I really don't want to trigger anything. Thank God. Is there a fish spot? Yes! So, Wait for a signal. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, Judo. I actually want to take a moment and maybe do a little bit of some fishing out here. Because there is a Pokemon that I actually want to find. I think you probably know for what it is, but if I remember correctly, it should respawn if we take a bit of a distance. Okay, yeah. It'll respawn after a little bit. You just gotta give it a little bit of some distance. We will be able to find a Pokemon to go out and into the water out here at a later time, but that's not gonna be for quite some time. So, yeah. All right, I want to try this one more time. Maybe third time will be the charm. No. I'll be right back until I find this Pokemon. And I want to try my best to not trigger a cutscene because I really don't want to do that. And I'm noticing that it's coming closer for some reason. Finally! Been here for like 20 minutes! Okay! Arrokuda is the Pokemon that I have been looking for. Alright. Now please, for the love of God, don't one-shot it! Thank God! Okay. Gimme! 1, 2, 3! Booyah! Alright! So, I never brought this up in the bio, but Arrokuda is a 5% encounter rate out here. And I have officially decided to have Arrokuda as a member of my team. Oop. I'm gonna call it Heart. At least, I think that's the artist who made it. Made the song. Flipbug. I'll see you around. Okay. That took forever and a day. Alright, so let's see here. Got Swift Swim for the boat. Oh! Nice! Nice off. Okay, I'll take it. But Peck and Aqua Jet, that's not bad. So I have one that's a neutral nature, and I have one that has a pretty solid ability. Solid one. But yeah, Heart, you and I are going to be doing some serious amount of training later on so we can get you all caught up. Look, there's the professor. So have you unraveled all the secrets of the Dynamax phenomenon yet? Oh, goodness, no. The whole thing is still full of questions. I hope that my granddaughter will take over my research, but... Dear me, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice any of my guests. My name is Magnolia. Welcome, young trainers. Now come, let's head indoors. I hope, dear, I see Wooler has made some new friends. And you must be Derek. I trust that you received the Pokédex from Sonia. I'm sure you'll have it complete in no time. You must already know about Dynamaxing, right, Derek? Professor Magnolia has been doing research into the Dynamax phenomenon for years and years. And it takes a proper understanding of the thing if you plan to use Dynamaxing to the fullest. There you go again, Leon. Always talking about Pokemon. There are other things that are worth knowing about too, you know. Like how many different types of tea there are. Hi, Professor. Do us a favor, would you? Have we convinced Lee here you should endorse us for the gym challenge? Oh, Leon, why wouldn't you endorse them? Hoping they're going to just started out as Pokemon trainers. They're so low they don't know yet. Dear Ray, I thought your dream was to have everyone in the Galar region become strong trainers. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, you're not wrong. That goal is precisely the reason I gave them both Pokemon, in fact. Right then. In that case, how about this? Let's see if you two can show me such a brilliant bottle that I'm left with no choice but to endorse you. And don't worry, I'll make sure both your teams are in good shape before the battle starts. Right, I'll be waiting outside, Derek. Wait, I just noticed something. Wait, where's Leon? If you notice so closely on Leon's cape, he actually has the Game Freak logo! I'm not even kidding! I'll see if I can freeze frame that for you guys. But, yeah. I'm rather interested in seeing how you two young trainers battle too. Awesome, you two. The reason I'm unbeatable is because I learned from every battle I see or take part in. That's how I've gotten to where I am today. So show me something good in this bottle. It's time for my legend to begin. Yep, we have a hot battle. A second one, and he's actually a little bit more of a challenge this time around. First up is Wooloo, level 6 and pure normal type. Run away for the ability with Tackle and Growl. That is it. Have you gotten a bit stronger? Me and my team will put you to the test and say, buddy, you don't know what you're up against. See? Told ya. You landed a critical hit on my Pokemon. You got plenty of speed at it, that's for sure. Ours definitely catching up pretty nicely. And next up is going to be Rookie D, level 5, pure flying type, unnerved for the ability with Leer and Peck. You got a Rookie D? Well, so do I. Go for the power trip. Yeah, maybe I'll stick with that instead. Yeah! And just like that, boom. All too easy. And now, for his starter Pokemon. Sobble, level 8, pure water type, torn for the ability with Pound, Growl, and Water Gun. If you started with a Grookey, it would be a Grookey level 8, grass type, overgrowth for the ability with Scratch, Growl, and Branch Poke if you have Score Bunny. Or it'll be a Score Bunny, level 8, fire type, Blaze for the ability to tackle Growl and Ember if you had Sobble. That's gonna be a mouthful, for what I'm gonna be saying later on. And trust me, I'm only gonna be just getting into it. I've already learned my type matchups. Bunny, have you forgotten about what I'm up against? Or rather, who you're up against? Oof, good at that I lost, but I expect nothing less from my rival. I even got my Pokeball throw perfect too! The sting of defeat and the joy of victory. I guess going through the battle is the key to the two of us getting stronger, right? Derek, Hop? Well, after seeing a match like that one, I suppose I have little choice but to give you both an endorsement as champion. A letter of recommendation that you'll need in order to participate in the gym challenge. Yes! Thanks, Lee! So I'm going to win my way through the gym challenge to reach you. We may both be young still, but there's and plenty rough around the edges, but it was a proper battle. Charles and I were both feeling the excitement in every last cell in our bodies. Oh, you've always intended to get caught up in things that like how you throw your Pokeball out. Things that have nothing to do with real strength. Honestly, I've been worried about you since still obsessing over that sort of nonsense. But it seems you really have grown a bit, little brother. And I'd like to see some more thrilling Pokemon battles out of you too, Derek. Alright, Derek. You and me are going to train them against one another to aim for that champion's title. Absolutely. The more we keep battling against one another, the more our Pokemon will grow. Huh? What's that? Derek, would you look at this? They're wishing stars. Since there are two of them, you should take one yourself. A stone found in the Galar region with a mysterious power. It said that your dreams come true if you find one. With one of these, my Pokemon get Dynamaxed! They're gonna be massive! Yes! Trusting in you to pull something like this. They say wishing stars have fall down here for those who have a true wish in their heart, you know? I'll be the greatest trainer ever! I will be the greatest trainer ever! I will be the greatest trainer ever! There, I said it 3 times, so surely my wish will come true now, right? Don't be silly, Hop. Those wishing stars are composed of a curious sort of rock containing unknown power. They are one of the most precious resources we have here in the Galar region. But they won't do a thing for you in that state. Give them to me now and I'll have you sorted. Alright! You've done heaps of research on the Dynamax phenomenon, haven't you, Professor? Then please, give me the power to Dynamax our Pokemon. First, we've gone to battle against that mad Pokemon in slumbering world, and now this! It really feels like we're getting caught up in the adventure of a lifetime! I do understand your excitement, young man, but don't get carried away. You want to save your energy for tomorrow's journey. Seems I came back home right in time for all the excitement. Hey, you lot! Why not have some dinner? You must be hungry, right? I've been totally obsessed with making the latest trendy curries. It's morning at last, and time for our adventure to truly start. Good morning, you two, young challengers. Huh? It is true you really must met some Pokemon you don't recognize? Is there anything more you could tell me about it? Well, there were weird heavy fog, and then this even weirder Pokemon appeared. They were trying to fight it off, but then I think we both passed out or something. It's all pretty hazy. I ran out of information, you are. Derek, oh, these are for you. We got a Dynamax ban! A wishing star has been asphyxiated to it, and it lets out a light that allows Pokemon to Dynamax when at a power spot. We're going to be talking more about that later. Those are your Dynamax bands. I made them by fitting the wishing star you found last night into those bands. Thanks, Professor! This is brilliant! It's just like the one Lee has on him, too! Now we can Dynamax our Pokemon like he does! My word, you don't waste any time, do you? I think you'll find it's not so simple as all that. There are a number of conditions you must meet if you hope to have your Pokemon Dynamax and take on that gigantic form. Now, don't be afraid to go to all sorts of places and meet all sorts of Pokemon. That will help you fill out your Pokédex too. The legend of mine Ryan is finally about to begin. Come on, Derek, I'll beat you to the station. You say the same thing. A strange Pokemon in the slumbering world. I don't know. I've got an uneasy feeling for some reason. I'm sure I'll come back to bite you later. I'm gonna go this way real quick. Because we have an item! TM57 Payback! A nice physical offensive dark type move. User stores power then attacks. If the user moves after the target, the attack power will be doubled. Great if you have a dark type that's slow, but works in strange ways. Oh, one last thing before we race, Derek. See, I've got some great advice for you. Now you sometimes see Pokemon wandering about all the tall grasses, yeah? If you move real slow and you crouch down, the Pokemon won't pay you any notice. But on the other hand, if you whistle at them, you'll be sure to catch their attention. If you're a bit rubbish at whistling, just remember this. Need a fail-proof stick? Press the left stick. Try it out. And let's see who can catch the most Pokemon, Derek. You remember Wurcho Station, right? Where we went to pick up Lee before? That'll be the goal, so see you there. Remember this? Oops. Alright. I think that's enough for the day. And we have a Yamper right there. And we've already got that. And a Judo all the way out here. Oh! God! Damn it! Okay. Now, Squavin had a strange aura around it. If you manage to defeat one of these, it will have something very special for you. But, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to deal with any of that for a little while. Come on, Derek! You never beat me to the station at that pace! Actually, how's my team doing? Okay, we're at full health. So how with the Derek? How many did you catch? I got a really special one. And you got not one? What were you doing this whole time? You're going to want a team if you're a China. Starship Razor has shot at a opponent and they never miss. Not the technical machine, a TM, mate. With a TM like that, you can teach your Pokemon a whole new move in a flash. You can use them again and again, too. That one can teach you the move Swift. They gave it to me ages ago, and now it's yours. Gym challenge will begin a Monostroke, excuse me. Now train's waiting, so let's go. We're gonna end things off by going onto the train. Not quite so fast, you two. What are you doing here, Mum? I knew this day was coming since the moment you chose Sobo as your partner, darling. Professor Magnolia was kind enough to let us know that you two were setting out. So here, a last little gift to see you, well, and set on your way. All the kits you'll need for camping. Everything you need to set up a tent and get in cooking in a wild area or at a camping spot. No matter what happens out there, if you and your partner are together, I know you'll be fine. Thanks, Mom. And just think how lucky you are. Motherhood to the first ever pair of champion brothers. Because I'm certain to be the champion next. You'll see. Of course you will be, darling. Anyway, do have fun and take care of yourselves. You'll be welcome back home anytime. We'll be fine. Wish us some luck. Not that I will need it. There are loads of brilliant trainers and all kinds of Pokemon out there waiting for us. Like someone's running ahead of me even faster than that train can go, Derek. Come on, we're off! Just trying to drive past a wild area. It's a real sight. There's all sorts of wild Pokemon just wandering about everywhere you look. Plus, you can camp out and do a sport of fishing. I don't think I could get tired of it. Hey, Mr. Station Master, isn't this the wild area? Where is stopped here for? Yes, this is the wild area station, make no mistake. I'm sorry to tell you that the train is halted due to a flock of wooloo on the tracks. What's that to be sorry about? This is brilliant! Brilliant? This wild area is massive! There are loads of Pokemon to battle here! If you get it, don't you, Derek? This is the best possible place to put together the greatest team! We're definitely dealing with that late. So this time, for reals, we're ending things off right here. Next time, we head off for the wild areas and see how big in this place can get, alright? See you guys then.